everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and if you are new, welcome, and if you're a returning person, customer, whatever, welcome also. I am going to, it's Friday, and I try to put out a video either out of the catalog or something I created, and this Friday I'm going to be focusing on the Forever Fern. Before we get started, I'd like to get out some information that's going on in the Stampin' Up! World and in Bonnie's Creative Place world. So first of all, if you order from me at all using this host code, CWHG2CVY, and you got till the end of the month, you will receive these 4 tutorials for free. And you can go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net. The other information is in the month of July. We have bonus days. If you earn it now in July, and you get to spend it in August. So if you're unfamiliar with what that means, it means for every $50 you spend in the month of July, you're going to get a $5 bonus coupon that you can spend in the month of August. And those $5 do add up. So every little penny that you can get off is awesome. Now that all that's out of the way, ta-da, this is the card we're making. Is this not absolutely lovely? I just love this card. It is very stunning, and it can even be stepped up a little bit more than this. But I will show you how I made this card. So I'm going to set this card right here. We're going to use a few different colors because I've already have a little bit of stuff prepped over here for us because it is kind of a long drawn out card here. So the first thing you will need is a scrap piece of paper and another scrap piece of paper. I just used up a bunch of my scrap whites. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the leaves. I ended up using all the leaves. And just pick some random colors. Like in this one here, I picked Just Jade, Old Olive, and this is, what color is this one? Garden Green. Yeah, up here is Pear Pizzazz. This is Rich Razzleberry, and this is Blackberry Bliss. So I just kind of picked some bunch of colors that I kind of wanted to put together. So for this next one that we're going to do, when I bring them in, I picked more browns to make it look kind of fallish. I ended up picking Cinnamon Cider, Cajun Craze, Soft Suede, Crumb Cake. Yeah, I picked those 4 colors. So I'm going to bring in a Crumb Cake ink pad. I'm just showing you what I did. So I just decided, okay, maybe you want to do a bunch of these, one in each color of the 4. Like I would pick 4 colors. I think 4 colors is good. So like I picked Crumb Cake, Soft Suede, Cajun Craze, and Cinnamon Cider. So there's my 4 colors. So I stamped this 4 times. Doesn't matter, just as long as you have enough of 4 of them onto the card. I'm just stamping this off for when I wash it later. I don't have so much ink on my thing. Then what I did was I ended up taking my 1 1/4 inch punch. Now, if you don't have the 1 1/4 inch punch, because I think they don't sell this in a punch anymore, but they do sell the stitched framelits. It's stitched, shaped die set. It's with all of this. It's got stitched ovals, stitched circles, and stitched squares, if I could say that 10 times fast. And this one right here in the middle happens to be a 1 1/4 inch. So this would work perfect, and it would give you a little extra, like it'll give that stitch look. So that's what I'm talking about, how you could step it up. Now if you happen to have a 1 1/4 inch square punch, then you're good to go if you want it to come out just like mine. You're going to be punching out, you're going to need, what is it, 3, 6, you're going to need 12 altogether. So I didn't want to crank it 12 times. So, and then you just pick the spot. You could pick some with more white, less white, whatever. And then however you want it to look, and then punch it out. So then once you get 12 different patterns, I'll bring in my little kit here. I don't want to lose my, how I lined them up. So once you get 12 of these, then you're going to sit and you're going to fiddle and you're going to decide, oh, do I want this one here? Do I want this one next to this one? And you're going to decide which ones you want next to each other. So now I have all 12 of my patterns, and you'll see I'll pull in, I had a bunch from the last one that I didn't use, and you know, I just had a bunch from this one. There's a few in this one I didn't use too. So, I mean, you're just going to have a bunch left over, and you could either, I'll show you a tip that you can just use 3 of these to make a 3 card. I'll have to post some other cards on these so that they're not going to waste, whatever ones you don't want to use. So then what you need is you need a base, and I decided to use Whisper White. And this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to I picked a color that kind of stood out to me. And the one that stood out to me was Cajun Craze. On this one, I picked out Just Jade because I felt like it stood out. You're not going to see a whole lot of it, but you're going to see it in between the cracks and just a little bit around the outside edge. So here I got this one. And now what I did also before I wanted all these to pop up. So I put them all on dimensionals. So how I get this to line up the way I want it to line up is I kind of space these 3 out first, the 3 top ones. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit without messing up my pattern. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see what I'm doing just a little bit better. There we go. I think that's good. So I am going to line these 3 up just like this. So those are my first 3. So we can go ahead and start putting these 3 down. I have a little bucket here that I'm going to collect all these. I will probably fast forward different parts of this. Okay. And you're just going to kind of, now I'm not pushing down hard. I'm letting it sit there. And then we're going to put this one right here. Right kind of next to it. And I'm not pressing anything down just in case I have to move it for any reason. I could still move the, and then I'm going to put this one here. Now I see that I got a little extra space, so I think I'm going to move this one over, and that's why I didn't press down. And then I can move this one over to kind of line it up. I can move this one just a tad bit. Okay, I like it. So now I'll press firmly on it. So now we're going to do the row that goes down from there. So first we're just going to set them here like this. And then I'm going to start with the bottom one. Go. We got all that done. I don't know what happened, but one of my squares, I threw it in here, didn't punch out a square. So I had to do another quick one there. So now what I want to do is I want to cut out a few of the different things like I did here. So I'm going to grab this die right here because I'm going to just need a couple of them. And what other one did I use? I used one of these, and then I used this right there. So those are the dies that I used out of here. And I think I'm going to use some crumb cake because I like that color, Wade. And I'm going to grab a little bit of Cajun Craze because I think that color is going to make it pop here a little bit more. So let me grab some scrap. Okay, and I'm going to run these through over here on the Big Shot on the side, and I'll probably fast forward this and I will be okay. So I have a few colors here now, and I'm just going to pop out some of these elements. Now I don't want all of this, so I'm just going to rip off the top half of that. And the same thing with this one. I don't know, I might just want the little bits of so I kind of like this. I like to have just a little pop of this. I think I'm going to put that one on top of there. And then I really like this Cajun. So I think I might put this one over there. Before we go any farther, I'm going to add this to my page. Oh, I always have to prime mine. I don't know if I have a heavy hand. They say light hand, but I don't know. It works after I prime it, so that's all that matters. And it works good, and that's another thing that I like. Okay, so put this right on top of the Whisper White, just like that. And now we're going to make our greeting. Now I cut this down to 1.5 inches a piece of Whisper White. And I think I am going to take the Cajun Craze because I think that will make it pop on top of there. And I'm just stamping the word hello like that. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't have the camera whited out. I stamped it right there. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to bring in the new punch. You can get this. I don't know if you saw my unboxing and I talked how highly I loved this. I was so excited to get it. You can get this August 3rd, I think, 3rd or 4th. I think it's the 4th. You can start ordering from the new holiday catalog. And if you're a regular customer of mine, you should be getting your magazine here any day. And then I'm just punching that in. Isn't that awesome? And then I'm going to go and trim this just like that. And because I'm not sure if I'll have enough room to stick it in there for it to be long enough to reach the other end, I'm going to use a Post-it note. I'm going to slide this in, and then I'm going to punch this. So then I went ahead and I stamped the hello, and I used the punch, and I'm going to sit this right there, just like that. And I'm going to use some dimensionals on each end of it. So we only need one on one end, and then we just need one on the upper half of another end. We don't really need it in the middle where the bulk is. So, and then we'll just sit this right across there. And these are our 2 cards. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I appreciate you guys stopping in. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. There's a little button down in the bottom of the corner, and if you click that little picture, it says subscribe, and I would appreciate that. And just share my video. That is wonderful if you just share my video. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Bye-bye.